What's up everyone? So I bought a house. So for those of you guys who don't know, I ended up winning $1 million on the Snapchat challenge, and we ended up going and buying a house immediately. And this is what this channel is going to be about, because we're already about 1 month into remodeling and adding a bunch of tech stuff in the house, and I've messed up so many times. So I really wanted to give you a tour of what it looks like now, what it's going to look like in a couple months, and just go through all the little things that we've gone through, because we've made so many mistakes. I want to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes. So let's go look at the house. Welcome to my house. Let's go in. So right here, we've got a really cool grand entrance. We just put up the lab sign, and we've got it actually embedded into the wall, so that way there's no wires hanging down. You can see a little bit of a hole here that we've got on the back side, and it actually goes into my office on the other side, so that way that I can control it from my office whenever I want to turn it off and on. So the first door that you see is right here after the entrance, which is my office. So come on in. We're in the middle of construction. So again, I want to show what it looks like before and after. So this is just a couple weeks in. So we've got all the tech stuff we're going to be reviewing, and all the stuff that I'm turning into this house, which is basically creating a smart house out of all this tech you see behind me. And I want to showcase a little bit of my office. I am going to be doing individual tours on these products and what I've used to make it look like this. But just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, this is my desk so far. We're still adding a lot more, but that's what we've got so far. So that's my office. Let's go on and look into the kitchen. Right when you walk in, you can come right through this door. This is the kitchen. So right now we're in the middle of actually reconstructing what it looks like, and I want to show you guys and walk you through the process of all that remodeling. But right now, this is what we bought it as. We haven't touched anything in the kitchen yet, and it's definitely really nice for what it is, and we're really excited to be able to live in this house. So if we go this way, we're gonna go right back into the family room, and we've got a little desk set up right now. We don't have a dining room table, as you've noticed, typically under the chandelier. We're gonna be adding that later. We've got our little whiteboard. We've got our TV. I got my girlfriend right there laying on the couch, not doing anything. And we are actually gonna be adding all new furniture. This is just furniture we got from family and friends, because again, we just moved in, and the focus was all about the office where we're gonna film and a bunch of other rooms. So I wanna take you guys into the movie room. Let's go check it out. So once you're walking through the kitchen, you can actually walk straight back into the movie room. And initially there was no door here, but we added the door because I wanted to make sure that there was actually a sound barrier for when we watch movies. And I even actually used an outdoor door, the suction on the outside, to make sure that the sound stays out even better, and it's a double pane as well. So there's a lot of tricks that we've been doing into this house because my family does construction, and these are the types of things that I want to show you all to make sure that you get a home that you like. So right when we come into the movie room, you can see that we've got a lot going on. We actually just painted this wall black. We've added the lab sign as well in this room, and I've actually created this lab sign to be automated with Alexa. So if we say, Alexa, turn off the lab sign, you can actually see that it turns off. And if I say, Alexa, turn on the lab sign, it turns right back on. So this whole house is actually fully automated. So if I want to say things like, Alexa, turn all the lights red. If you look up at the ceiling and behind the TV right over here, you will actually slowly see that all the lights turn red. Now at night, it's a lot brighter, and we'll begin showcasing you some of these at night, but this is one of the coolest things that I've ever built, and I'm really excited to showcase how I did all of this. So I want to take you guys into my studio. So as you can see, it's a huge mess right now. We've got our electric scooters, we've got our sound panels, and we're actually slowly building this podcast studio. So if you look in here, we did a lot of this ourselves. I painted the wall black because I wanted to make sure we've got some really cool contrast. We started to add some soundproof paneling, and as you can see, a lot of it's falling down. This is one of the reasons I wanted to make this channel, because we used what everyone recommended online. They weren't really holding up, so we discovered different ways to do things, and I wanted to showcase how I'm building all of this. So you can see right here, we just added a wood wall against the back. This is gonna be the backdrop to our podcast that we're gonna be launching in a couple weeks here. So we're in the middle of construction, like I said, and these are the types of things that I really wanna drive home, because we wasted a lot of money remodeling this house, especially doing a lot of this by hand, because we ended up using products that we thought were good and they just were not good at all. So all this channel is gonna be dedicated to make sure that you don't waste your money on things that you might think you need, but you just don't, because it's not gonna work. So once you go out of the garage, which we again converted into a studio, you'll be able to walk back into this movie room. Now this movie room, a little known secret, is that when you watch a movie, the entire room changes color to the movie that you're watching. And that's called a sync box. Again, these are all different things that I'm gonna be showcasing in my upcoming videos on how I'm building this entire tech smart house. So stay tuned, because it's gonna be amazing. Now it's time to see my favorite part of the house, and that's the backyard. It is a complete mess, and I'm gonna showcase some pictures of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And I can't wait to show you what it's gonna look like after, because I'm gonna deck this whole thing out. Let's go check it out. So right when you come outside, you can see we've got a lot going on. There was a pool here at the house, but it didn't have a jacuzzi. So what we ended up doing is building a jacuzzi on the other side of the pool to make sure that it draws focus from when you're looking out the window. And then we're actually building a in-ground fire pit, as you can see right behind me, which is just absolutely massive. Right now we're running the gas, the electric. I'm gonna make floating benches around this thing. It's gonna have a table to eat. It's gonna have electricity. It's gonna have floating lights. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to show you how we're doing all of this, because a lot of this stuff you can actually do yourself. Yes, the construction part, we have a team doing it, but when it comes to making it smart and techie, that's the type of stuff that I'm actually gonna be doing by myself and what I've done so far in the entire house. So the entire house, we've lost all of the concrete. We've demoed everything back here. So make sure that we're actually gonna be adding new concrete. We're thinking about doing some grass in between the concrete, making it a really cool modern design. We're gonna be changing the outside of the house as well, doing black trim instead of the gray trim that you see. And we're gonna be stuccoing the entire outside of the house. And my favorite part of the house is we have a half court. This has all the construction workers' tools right now because we're doing a lot of work to the house, but I'm just so excited because once this is cleaned up, we're talking about painting this wall black. We're gonna be adding a net to make sure that the ball doesn't go over the fence like it has many times because I'm just horrible. So we've got a lot going on, and just to showcase how bad at basketball I am, I'm just gonna shoot right now. I'm gonna shoot a 3. This is why I don't deserve a basketball court, and this is why I also need a really big net. There we go. Just horrible. And it's over the fence. I threw it like a child. So anyone who can train me and help me with basketball so I can look like a man, I'd really appreciate that. Actually, I don't like the word man. Just look like a person that can play basketball. So as we go through the house, there's actually a door right here that leads you into the living room. So right over here, we've got this overhang. We're gonna be adding some really cool light wood to make it a little bit brighter because it's dark right now. Then we're gonna be adding some cement down below, and then we're gonna be building a barbecue right behind me. So I'm gonna showcase again how we're building that, why we're building it a certain way, and I'm gonna explain why I like to build it in a certain way, because we've been doing construction for around 20 years, but I like to build it a little bit uniquely because a lot of people go with what looks good and I go with what works well. So utility, making sure that just because it looks good but no one's gonna use it, I don't wanna waste my money on that. So I wanna showcase how I'm doing it and why I'm doing certain things. On the side of the house, we have a lot of room, and we're actually gonna be demoing out the cement and trying to build some sort of gym or storage. We're still not sure, but I really can't wait to show that to you. So going into a little bit more detail about the pool was actually very, very steep and very deep. It was almost like 11 to 12 feet deep. It was ridiculous. And I actually had surgery where I can't go under the water because I can get infected. So I don't necessarily dive or do anything like that. So I realized that I wanted to make sure that the pool was usable for me, but also for people that we have over. We've got little cousins, things like that. So we're actually building this little bay area right here. So it's only gonna be around 12 inches to 18 inches deep of water. So you can basically walk around and hang out, have kids here. You can put tanning chairs here, and then it drops down. So over here on the left side of the fire pit is actually this overhang that goes into the pool. This used to be part of the pool, but they didn't have a jacuzzi. It was just like a spa that would blow bubbles at you. So we demo it out, and I like the idea of keeping it indented into the pool. So we're gonna be creating benches so people can actually swim up and sit down on the bar and actually be able to talk to people who are sitting in the fire pit. So there'll be a dry and wet area where people can actually meet and hang out. So I'm really excited about that. We have the jacuzzi over there, like I had mentioned, and we have a lot of cool designs. We're even talking about putting a huge projector behind the spa, so that way you can actually watch from the jacuzzi. You can actually watch TV. And I know a lot of you guys say jacuzzi or spa. Comment down below which one you say. I say jacuzzi, but I have heard that jacuzzi is just a brand and it's not actually what it's called. It's called a spa. So I'm still gonna call it a jacuzzi because that's how I grew up. But yeah, I can't wait to show you this. I'm gonna be documenting everything we do in the backyard to explain why we're doing it, how we're doing it, and what to expect when we make our mistakes. Let's go inside and check out the rest of the house. So now that we're back in the house, there's actually a bathroom that's right here connected to the outside, which is nice. And if you walk in, it's got automated lights. Now, one of the things that people don't realize when they come and visit us at the house is this wall actually used to be a door into my office. I had them close it off because it actually wastes a lot of wall room on the other side in the office, and in general, when you have 2 doors in a really small bathroom, both sinks become unusable. As you can see, there's a sink behind this door because I want to showcase some of the things that people build that really bother me. So there's a sink behind the door, but when you open the door, as you can see here, it actually just blocks the sink. And when there's 2 doors, both sinks are blocked. So if you have both doors open, you literally can't use any of it. So we had to close that off because I wanted at least one of the sinks to be usable. And it's also really weird to have a double sink in a single person bathroom. So again, these are the types of things that the builders don't think about. They're just building to make sure it looks good, but they're not actually thinking about what's useful. So I really can't wait to, again, showcase all the mistakes that people make when building a house and tell you why you shouldn't be doing these things. So now we're gonna be going up the stairs. So the front door, again, is just right here. And if you walk up the stairs, you have a really nice view because we have these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels, right? So we have 9 panels right here, really, really big glass panels. So you get a really nice view. We are gonna be adding automated shades that come down, Alexa controlled, and those are the types of things that I can't wait to show you because I've already ordered some and made huge mistakes. So I wanna explain which ones I got, which ones were better than others, and why did I get the certain ones that I did. I'll show you into our master bedroom, so come on in. So we've got the master bedroom. Now you notice it's kind of dark. They didn't add a lot of light. The room actually indents over here on this side, and there's no lights either on that side. So again, when people were building this house, they weren't really thinking, but of course it does have really large windows. So this adds a lot of light to the room, but it's just not enough. And these are the types of things that people don't think about when they're building a house. So let's go into the bathroom. So here's a master bathroom. And as you can see, it's got a really, really beautiful shower, but they didn't put the glass. So right now we're temporarily using this bar to add these like sliders, which just keep falling off, and it's very frustrating, but again, very fortunate, and I'm excited to be able to even have this house. But one of the big mistakes that they did is they didn't put glass, which was fine because again, people can use things like curtains, but what they did do is paint with regular paint. So as you can see, just from me showering just the last month, this is all ripping apart. And so they used the wrong paint just to cheaply get it done, rather than actually use paint that's waterproof and steam proof to make sure that no mold was being built up or fungus. So there's a lot of work to do in this bathroom, and we're even talking about expanding the house another 700 square feet that way. So I really can't wait to show you what it's gonna look like in the end. So the master does have a walk-in closet. It is pretty big for what I'm used to, but for a master bedroom, it's not massive, but it is pretty big, and I am very excited to have it. So, and that's the master bedroom. So if you walk this way, it's actually a really cool long hallway. We've got an extra bedroom in here that I won't show you because it just looks horrible, filled with our storage. We've got a bathroom, and then we've got Cooper, who's behind the camera. This is his room. And then we've got Michaela, who's gone right now, and this is her room. The house is around 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's on like, I think a 13,000 square foot lot. So we're very, very fortunate, and we're excited to be adding all this cool stuff. So this is our house, and there's so much cool stuff that I haven't showed you. Every single light in this house actually changes color. The front door actually locks by my voice, and there's so much more to this house that I can't wait to show you all. Please stay tuned, and if you want to know how I did something that you've seen in this video, please comment down below, because I'm going to be breaking down every part of this house and how you can have a house similar to this and at low cost.